Hi, in this slide, this is a review of the lessons learned from the pair studies. And not every company and amongst the winners did all three bullets, or every fizzler did all three bullets, but the conclusions were that some of the winners were organic, meaning that they're growing themselves by just doing living edge innovation. So they're, the 3-4% that are perpetual innovators. If they did acquisitions, they were incremental and synergistic in the sense that Cardinal Health for a long time would go buy a extra service to a drugstore business only after the company had become a successful profit-making entity, and say, if we buy you, we can introduce you to 10,000 customers across the country, kind of a marketing benefit. In the case of Starbucks and others, we're looking at deep insight of the customer's unseen or unmet needs. We see this in the case of Waypoint Analytics, where we find a customer super profitable, super unprofitable, doesn't matter, but a big important customer from a volume viewpoint. And by cross-reference analytic and creating a P&L, looking at the SKUs they bought, ranked from most profitable to the least most unprofitable, looking at their orders, and look at the bottom of them where you have rush orders for $2 worth of stuff where you're losing $120 per order, but it's the same 2, 3, 4 items being ordered repetitively over and over again. Then understanding that, the total customer, say, what's going on? Let's go out and make them a pitch that will reduce both parties' activity costs, improve their uptimes, and so forth. So it's a precision supply chain solution for that customer. So those who were heretofore unseen needs, the customer didn't know they had those needs. The whole idea of nicheonomics is not try to be all things to all people, but pick one niche, understand them more deeply with service value equation, beef, and tune the fill rates more perfectly, then stay disciplined on the 5-5-5 kind of approach for the whole company. And then, of course, the humble bit means that, as fast as you succeed, things are going to change again. Because if you don't stay humble, then you start making a lot of money, and you start to think you're really cool, and you start to take, particularly if a new guy comes in, you start to take bigger bucks and bet on bigger things, and you start to think big, act big, which means you can fail big, as opposed to up here, these guys are thinking big and acting small, doing cheap little experiments, failing forward fast, flexibly, and learning much faster than what they're paying in tuitional expenses. Also, some people say, well, this is getting boring. Let's diversify into a new market. Maybe it's the same industry, but it's a new market where the distribution company has a different model, different culture, and they're kind of flailing, and you hop in there and realize, holy smokes, they are below critical mass. We can't just inject our new culture and approach here that quickly. And they put down here Time Warner and AOL, if you remember that big merger and what a disaster that was. So those are some of the lessons that have been learned, and we clearly want to be in the winner part. We want to get back to living edge innovation with right best customers in a very focused, disciplined way. Thanks.